I said we were coming back for the Mbari game. A little bit of a lie. They're doing quite well. I don't want to play them. Okay, that's not entirely true. But we have had our second leg in the cup, which has been delayed, which has allowed us to play that and then finish off the transfer window. If it's not taking me that long, I might run into the Mbari game, but I doubt, because I expect that's going to take a little bit. Don't want your episodes to be 100 hours long. Before we jump in, if you do me the favour of liking and subscribing, show support on the channel, it would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to show you what I've been up to in the window so far. Well, it turns out, since the last episode, we haven't actually had any more movement. The most recent sale we have was Takumisuki to Ryuku, who, in fact, went over to those on the same day as the episode previously. As we know, we played Montedeo in the previous game when we lost the goal in extra time because I'm an idiot. Long and short of it, but it's fine. We can move on. We're aware of those. We've played Fagiano Akayama already in the first leg, a 1-1 draw away from home, which is a pretty decent return. We then played Sagan Toshu, who are one of the teams that got relegated, beat them 5-1, smashed them. Don't know where that came from. We then played Zweigen Kanazawa. We did lose that, but our left back took it upon himself to get sent off in the 22nd minute, which was nice of him. And then most recently we played Makida Zelvia, and we beat those 2-1. Taking an early 2-0 lead, they bring in a goal back before half-time, and then nothing else happened. So we'll play Akiyama now on the 30th. We've got the window itself going to be closing on the 1st, and then potentially the Mbari game. But as I say, not holding my breath on that, to be fair. We'll jump in now, see who we can bring into the team. I've just made us cautious. No, thank you. So we're going to have Shamolov in goal. I'm going to play Sadati, Kennedy, and I'm thinking we are going to give Suzuki this, because I've been playing him in defence a bit, and he does a decent job, and he doesn't really get much of a chance to play further upfield. We're going to go with Okamoto, and Taylor Nick, who got himself sent off, the big pleb. He's going to be playing at left back. We then have, I've completely lied to you. Completely lied. We're playing Yoshitake Suzuki at centre back, who apparently is a trialist. I thought we'd confirmed him, but I'm allowed to play him in the cup, so let's go for it. Kenshiro Suzuki is the ball in mid, so I'm going to swap him over with Ferreira. Let him actually be his favoured position of the two. Suzuki be deep line playmaker with Endrick in front, and then Igor Gabriel and Boathong as our strikers. Hirao on the ball on the right side. Back to Akubo, was that? I thought his name was Cluedo when I saw it. So it's a little bit grainy, a little bit bumpy, but it's fine. Endrick pushing forward for us after the dispossess. Out to Okamoto on the right side. Back into Ferreira. Suzuki, Taylor Nick on the left. Beautiful goal from the team. Suzuki getting himself an assist after he's starting to be paid a little bit further forward. I stand by what I was saying. I am playing him a little bit further back, but turns out it wasn't that Suzuki. It was a completely different one. But he gets an assist back in playmaking roles, so we all know he can play anywhere. He's pretty good. I can't remember if I've said already, but if we do manage to beat these, we already know the team that we're going to be playing in the next round. I think it was like Uwata Red Diamonds. I had a little skim over it just. They have a throw-in on their right side. Put it into the area. Nick gets it clear. Endrick is concerningly on possession. We've been very calm now. I don't know how keen I am about this. Trenkov to Suzuki. Out to Wakamoto on the right side. Gets past. Yeah, he doesn't get past his man at all, but he knocks it forward. Gabriel is now on the right side. See, this is really getting on my tits. I definitely am not asking these players to rotate. And if I am, I don't know why it's telling them to do so. Because, like, swap position with no one. Swap position with no one. Why do you keep swapping positions? We all saw that Gabriel was the one on the left side. So why do they keep rotating, also changing roles? I'm confused. I'm confused and all scared. Don't understand what's happening. Suzuki knocks it forward for us. It's fine. To the other Suzuki. Suzuki's everywhere. Boathong out to Taylor Nick on that left side. Decent ball in, lad. On your head, Gabriel. Oh, it literally happened. Wasn't expecting it to, because if we remember, our strikers are tiny. Gabriel, 5'6". He's the tall one of the two, because Boathong if I can get rid of him. Aroung is at 5'4". A combined jumping reach of 7 for our strikers. Combined. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Even worse, if we're honest, for their defence that are allowing headers to be scored against them, but it's fine. Suzuki intercepts them. We are now 37.5 minutes in. I nearly said definitely not right. Gabriel's going for another header. Didn't win it this time. It did go through to Okamoto. He's scored again. 3-0. 4-1 on aggregate. Beautiful stuff. Good ball in from Nick. Gabriel doesn't get the header this time. It does come through. Defender takes a touch and just shoots across the goalkeeper. He probably should be doing a little bit better with that, if we were honest. Kajikawa out towards Hirao on the right side. Nick with the interception. Hendrik in the middle. Oh, is that a save? No, he's just blazed it over. We are absolutely killing this game so far. But there's always chance and time for us to completely capitulate. Shinido? Didn't catch the name. Motoyama, Hirao, Murakami, Sakuragawa? Wasn't on for long enough for me to try and figure out what all the letters were. I'm pretty sure Gabriel was offside, but I'll take it. Lino's running away. Where's he going? He's giving it. Absolutely giving it. It's 4-0. 5-1 on aggregate. Happy days. I've got to be honest. This formation is obscene. It just is. But I wasn't expecting it to be as effective in this game as it is being. I probably should have formulated a formation that actually suits this league, players, etc. But I am pretty terrible at making formations, so if I found one that does a job for me, I'm not going to let it go until it all goes horrendously wrong for a long amount of time. It seems to be coming good for us. Hasegawa has a free kick on their left side towards the back post. Y Suzuki nods it away. Shinido picks up the loose ball. Back to Hirao. We've had an interception. Gabriel, okay. I was going to say he's through on goal, but he wasn't quite. He's still pushing forward, though. He scored. Of course he has. Of course he scored. Is that a hat-trick for him? That's a brilliant goal. It just is. He picks it up here, and I thought, okay, well, he's lost his chance. It's 4-on-1, 5-on-1, technically. And he's like, no, it's all right, boss man. I've still got it. And just punts it into the corner. Goalkeeper again. Probably could have done better. Just occurred to me I've made no substitutions. We'll bring Hendrik out for Nakayama. We'll make him then the defensive one. We've also got Kennedy's a little bit tired, so we'll bring on Ishii. Why not? We'll put Ishii as the central one because if we remember, it's not very good. Very small, very slow. Quite slow. He's definitely not a centre-back. If we're honest, he definitely isn't a centre-back. The team who we're playing against have had 2 shots with a combined XG of 0.03. That's pretty good for us. We've had 17, and we've also scored 5 goals from an XG of 1.74, which is, again, goalkeeper could have done better. Either way, we've won. We threw. I wasn't expecting it to be quite so conclusive as that, but it was, so screw 'em. We've gone through deadline day. The Imbari game isn't the next game, or wasn't. So I thought, you know what, we'll call it there. We'll just do deadline day. Happy days. Not a fat lot happened, got to be honest. So, I'm bringing you the Imbari game. We have already played our first leg against Urawa Red Dragons. Somehow, just beat them. Just did. 2-0. I could have came back for it, but it was the first leg of 2, and I didn't want to come back for the second one, because I've got to be honest, this league, this season, it's kind of feeling like I just stay in the league. So I was going to come back a bit less regularly. I didn't want to come back again in like 3 games' time. Assumed we were going to get beaten. We weren't. So, that happened. We are playing in Bari now. We've got a few signings that have came in. I'm going to open them up so I can't bother to move my head. I did sign Yoshitake Suzuki for 1.8k a week, 3 to 4 stars. He's just all right, isn't he? He's a centre-back. He'll do a good job for us, which is what we'd expect. He's a good player for the league below, and he's got potential to be a good player for the league above. So, he'll do all right. His wages aren't astronomical. I've also signed on loan. The only recommendation from the staff responsibilities, because I let them try to sign players, The only one I've seen who isn't actually useless. The amount of time they've brought centre-backs to me who are like 5'6", it must be some sort of prank. But Tanaka's came in, left-footed. He just looks all round pretty decent. His strength and stamina's not amazing, but it's not bad. I don't know how much the team are going to like expect for him. It doesn't really say. They just say like what their wages they're looking for from, which isn't ideal. But I'll go for an inquiry and I'll let you know. But he's came in, we're paying 1.1 a week for him. And the fella who I'm paying quite a bit for, Kazuki Fukai, he is a kind of, he's going to end up being the ball in mid, potentially the deep line playmaker. Either way, between the two of them, they can rotate those roles. $4 grand a week. That's a lot of money. If we compare it against the rest of our squad, that's a lot of money. We've signed Okamoto, who's the right wing back, for 3k a week. We've got a Kennedy for 2.6. Kenshiro is 2.2. Yoshitake is 1.8. And our actual best player is, where are you? Ferreira, who's on $1 grand a week. Just $1 grand. He's quite comfortably our best player. And our second best player, 700 a week. So, it's fine. It's fine, I hope. Where we line up with the rest of the squad as well, in case you're wondering, team detailed, I think we would be. And then we'll scroll down to the bottom and we look for our wages. Oh, here you go. Salary per annum, we are 17th. Just here. If my head's blocking us, here. 1.83 million a week. The highest, 3.72, which is Mbari, who we're playing right now, which was an accidental segue, but it worked out pretty damn well. We're going with Trenkov in goal, Sadati, Kennedy and Tanaka as the back three, Okamoto and Hammer out wide because we've picked up injuries in the break for Taylor Nick and Igor Gabriel, unfortunately. Fukai is going to be playing his first game for us alongside Ferreira. Endrick ahead of them with Buethong and Romario as our strikers. I do need to swap Romario from being a poacher to a pressing forward on attack. Let's go. So a little bit of context at the moment. Mbari are sat in 3rd place, 1 point off the lead, but they have played 2 games more than both Vagalta and Jeff United. Best name of the teams. We also then played 9. We're kind of lower mid-table. So if we win our 2 games in hand, we can push up towards kind of top half, which is all I want really. I'm not expecting anything similar to last season. I'm not expecting anything even near promotion. But if we can be comfortable in the division, top half, happy days. Romario, with a glorious knee slide, puts us 1-0 to the good. Ferreira puts the ball out towards Endrick. He knocks it out again towards Hammer, who was our star from last year. Pops it in towards the penalty spot. Romario, beautiful stuff. Our Brazilian legends teaming up like legends. Don't know where I was going, but it worked, so it's fine. We move. Takahashi has a corner on the left side. Romario's going to clear that. Beautiful. We're not going to be able to pick up that loose ball because Buethong is just central. Shirawa is almost tackled by Ferreira, but not quite. Ganabari, Takahashi, and his shot's just wide. We are still with only the 4 foreign players. That is Sadati, Ferreira. I'm trying to remember who they are now. I think we've only got a few in the team at the moment. Let me have a look on the bench. Do you know what? I think we've got a foreign player to spare, potentially 2. Kennedy isn't one because he is part Japanese, and both of our guys who are Brazilian legends. One of them has no Brazilian in him whatsoever, and the other one is I think it's Romario. Yeah, he's Vietnamese Jamaican, of course, and Endrick, he is Malaysian Brazilian mix. It's not a colour or a breed of dog. I can't be honest, I don't know what the terminology is for people, but he is of both of those nations. Fukai, back towards Sadati. Horrendous pass. Fukai just tried to snap someone in half. Fortunately, he missed. But Piszczek scored only his 8th of the season so far. What a peasant. He had 40-something last year. Scored against us, though. So, where is that? Right, have a look at this tackle here. He tries to genuinely break him. Fortunately, he's nowhere near him. Piszczek is comfortably beating our guy in the air. I think that's our new chap. Yeah, Tanaka. he's quite handy in the air, to be fair, Piszczek is. I think rules that we need to kind of ad hocly work upon is size. I think Vitalucci has scored a great goal though. I think we need to work... Oh no, he hasn't. We need to work on bringing in our foreign players and just have them massive. Like, kind of Eastern Europeans or just like giant people like they've got with Piszczek. Because generally, players are a little bit smaller over here. So if we can have 4 just giants who can just be brute, I think that could be good. Because we can get everything else, technicality, speed, passing, all the other stuff. I think height is going to be much easier to find a player that's affordable, sorry, from abroad than it is homegrown, even from the 6 or 7 nations that we have to work within. There probably will be 1 or 2 that are quite strong, tall, etc. But I feel if they're very good, they may have decamped over to Europe or cost a small fortune. I think it makes sense for us to follow what Mbari have done and just try to find a giant striker who's really good. We need a Lewandowski. That's what it is. Do you think he'll come over? Pop over to Japan, spend a few years with us. I can offer him $1,000 a week and all the Twixes he would like. I think he'd be on board with that, to be fair. I'll drop him a DMs on Twitter. So Ferreira's going to come out now. We'll bring in Kenshiro. We also have Pong. He can come out for Sugimoto. Do you want to be defensive? I don't think you do you? No, you can be a poacher. Are you left or right-footed? Right, wonderful. Who else have we got? Okamoto looks like he's about to pass out, but I have no one to bring off for him, so he's just going to have to deal with it. Sadata, you can come out for Fujisaki as well. Do you have a better role? No. We are 66 minutes in now. There is a corner for us, but I think it's... There you go. I think it was just because we were making our subs. The win potentially takes us up to 12th. And if we have another 6 points on top of that, actually puts us potentially about, yeah, kind of lower top half, which I'm happy about. Anything single digits, I'll be pretty pleased with this season. The ball was put in. Kawano picks the loose one up. Takahashi all the way back. Trenkov, it was fine. It was comfortable. It was fine. No concerns. I thought he made the save. Didn't, obviously. The team who we've just played against, that Okayama on camera anyway, they're the team that bought our striker last year for like 100k. I was also looking at another guy who was asking for too much money up top. And they've just signed him on a contract of about $5,500 a week, which seemed obscene to me at the time. But I'm currently playing a centre mid $4,000, so it's obviously not obscene anymore. We've beat him. We bloody beat him. We beat him. We beat him. I have to be honest, I wasn't expecting 2 wins in today's episode, and I especially wasn't expecting them to be as comfortable as they were. But as we said, we are currently on 13 points from 9 games, which is pretty strong. We've had 4 losses against teams who we probably should have beaten, and 4 wins who are against teams we probably should have lost to. So we're just plodding through. Give us another 3 points, gets us to 16, and then we're in with a bunch of teams who are also on 10 points. So yeah, we're looking just outside this blue zone. I've got to be honest, I don't know what that is. Maybe they have a playoff system here. Let's have a little butchers. So they have a J.League 2, yes, a playoff semi-final. And then, as you'd expect, it will go through. Then they have a playoffs final. So the winner qualifies for the J1 League, J2 League, promotion relegation playoff final. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on there. But it's not of a concern to ourselves at the moment, because we're going to be comfortable. We're not going to be worried about getting promoted again, because if we do, I'm going to have to sell everyone I've bought. And I said that Piszczek's only scored 8 goals. It's top scorer again. Of course he is. So the window opens up again on July 25th. No, I think it's 14th. So it's about here. So we're not going to jump all the way through to there. Don't you worry. I'm thinking we'll come back for the 2nd round of the Emperor's Cup. If it's a team that are really weak, we might come back for the 3rd. But I'm going to go for a little jump forward. We'll see where we are there. We're going to miss the game against Jeff United, unfortunately. But I'm going to try and make sure we can play them. They are only a few from the end of the season, so we may not make it. But we'll play them next year because they're going to get promoted. They're quite good. If you are enjoying the series, do me a favour, like, subscribe, show your support. I haven't mentioned that this episode so far, I don't believe. I might have done, can't remember. But there'll be some items on screen over here if you haven't already clicked off and just stumbled away from my ramblings. But no, thank you very much for your time.